Mrs. P. Today we're going to learn about Mexican artist Diego Rivera. He was a muralist, which means that he painted murals. A mural is a painting that's painted directly onto a wall. It's not painted on a canvas or a piece of paper and then hung on a wall. It's just painted directly on the wall. So the artist dips their brush in the paint and puts the paint on the wall. Have you ever painted on a wall? You might have gotten in trouble, right? But a muralist, or someone who paints a mural, gets permission from the person who owns the wall to paint directly on the wall. And murals can be painted on walls that are outside of businesses or homes, or they could be painted inside a home, right on the wall. So Diego Rivera was from Mexico, and he was married to another very, very famous Mexican artist, Frida Kahlo. You can see I'm wearing my Frida earrings. So I'm going to read you a book about Diego Rivera. It's called Diego Rivera, His World and Ours. Let's get started. Diego Rivera, His World and Ours by Duncan Tonatiuh. To my dad, the first artist I met, the one who always inspires me, D.T. Diego Rivera was born in Mexico in a city called Guanajuato, which means the land of frogs. As a boy, Diego enjoyed playing with his trains, but more than anything, he liked to draw. Diego loved drawing so much that when he was a young man, he sailed on a ship across the ocean. He went to the city of Madrid in Spain to study art under the direction of a well-known painter. There he learned the classical way to paint, which means his finished paintings looked very realistic, almost like photographs. After his studies, Diego went to Paris, the capital of France. There he met young artists who were painting in new and exciting ways. He experimented with these new methods of painting himself. One method was called Cubism, in which the painting did not exactly resemble its subject, but was composed of geometric shapes such as squares, circles, and triangles. One day, a politician named Jose Vasconcelos urged Diego to return to Mexico. He wanted Diego and other artists to paint murals around the city about the Mexican people's history and customs. Diego was thrilled by this new project. When he returned to his homeland, Diego traveled through its deserts, mountains, and jungles. He wanted to be inspired by his country. He met people who worked the land, and he visited the ruins of ancient Mexican civilizations, like those of the Aztecs and the Maya. Diego was full of ideas after his trips. With the help of his friends and apprentices, he began to paint murals on large walls so that everyone in his country, rich and poor, young and old, could see and learn from them. In his murals, Diego combined the classical way of painting he had learned as a young man and the new styles of art he had experimented with abroad. But he merged them with the simple yet elegant forms of ancient Mexican art that he had grown passionate for after his travels. On the walls of an important government building, Diego painted the history of his country. He painted the struggle of the Mexican people to break free from the Spanish king. He also painted the fight that took place many years later when farmers and workers defended themselves against greedy men who were taking advantage of them. Diego painted his country's dances and traditions, such as La Zandunga, a love dance from the coastal area, and the dance of Los Listones, a ribbon dance from the south. He wanted to celebrate the things that were special to Mexico and wanted Mexicans from all distant parts of the land to learn about their culture and feel proud. Diego lived to be an old man. By the time he passed away, he had created many wonderful artworks and was celebrated by people in Mexico as well as around the world. But if he were alive today, what would he paint? Would he paint the way we dress and live? Would he paint the way we play? Would he paint the big city? As he painted the ancient Aztec city of Tenochtitlan? Or would he paint students at their desks, just as he painted factory workers in the production line? Maybe Diego would paint shops at the mall, as he painted street vendors selling flores. Or would he paint the luchadores wrestling in their costumes? Just as he painted the Aztec warriors fighting the invading soldiers, the Spanish conquistadores. Would Diego paint our craze for monsters and creatures from outer space, as he painted the god Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent? Diego's murals teach us about the past, but they also show a better future for common people. Diego imagined everyone, men and women, boys and girls of all ages and nationalities, living together and caring for one another. Today, Diego is not around to make this happen, so it is up to us to make our own murals and bring them to life. So what did you think of the book? What did you think of Diego Rivera and his murals? What was your favorite mural? Which one was your favorite? And what kind of messages did Diego Rivera's murals send to us? When we look at his murals and we see the pictures, what was he trying to tell us? Let's think about it. Well, we saw murals with common people, people who sold flowers, people who were farmers, who lived in the country, just average everyday people like us. And his murals told us about hard times that the people had gone through and how they came together to take care of each other. So, what I want you to do today is just get a regular piece of paper and your crayons or colored pencils, and I want you to draw a story that tells us about a time when you and your family or your neighbors or your friends at school all got together and took care of each other. Maybe it could be a time after a hurricane where everybody came together to help clean up the mess or to give each other food and water. Maybe it could be a time where everybody got together and gave each other masks and gloves and hand sanitizer after the coronavirus pandemic started. Or maybe it was just another time where someone helped you or you helped someone else, where everybody came together to take care of each other. You're going to take your picture and upload a video to Flipgrid and tell us all about it, okay? So just like Diego Rivera, he painted murals that showed everyday people coming together to take care of each other. We're going to draw a picture that shows us with people that we know coming together to take care of each other.